Yo, that's another thing, not related to this, that randomly, like through this whole anxiety episodic stint I'm in, I got really into like trash ass reality TV shows.
Oh shit.
And like, let's see. So
60 days in, 60 days in.
No, I didn't see that one. It was in my search bar. Temptation Island. I watched both seasons of Temptation Island. Really trash shit. It's all trash, but it's really good, right? And then I think I went on just an island thing, so I went to the Love Island.
You watch that and you take away the man. It's the island. That's the linchpin here.
I think I'm gonna watch Survivor next time. You're watching Lost. You're like, nobody's winning anything, but I'm digging the island thing.
The fat guy's clearly stealing the food.
No, funny is, now that I think about it, I tried to watch another one that where they spawn on an island and they like wake up and nobody knows who each other is. Like they don't know who they. Oh, I forget which one that is.
Shit, I can't think of it either. I'm aware of it.
It was pretty good. It kind of got kind of corny towards the end, but it was a good show. But there was an island. Castaway is a good no, but
it wasn't Lost, Joe. That's not it. Where they wake
movie The Island with Sean Bean.
No, this is a fictional thing. Do you like those
Lost,
survival?
Right? Good point.
Well, Lost is real. I mean, no, Lost is. I thought you meant Survivor. Yeah, or I heard Survivor, but you obviously said Lost. Do you like any of those like survival type shows, like where they send them out in the wilderness?
Yeah, so I've seen pretty much all of the
Naked and Afraid. Yeah,
yep.
That's
There's a new one coming. Taylor's gonna love it.
I loved them, and so I even watched the XXL one where they do 40 days and 40 nights.
Oh, I thought they were gonna do fat people.
That's what I was thinking also, and I was like, this is actually way less. This is not fair. For the
I watched that too, dude. I love Naked and Afraid. I may have seen them all. Arian, you're on Naked and Afraid. Choose your environment.
Oh man, okay,
right?
Definitely not the swamps. I'm not fucking with the swamps.
No,
I'm not fucking with Africa. I'm not fucking with no lions. Fuck no.
Okay.
I think I would have to go with that Amazon, like some kind of jungle.
Lots of big bugs.
I am not agreeing.
I mean, everywhere is
my number one concern. Number one concern for me, bugs. Nothing you can really do about it. Number two is the sun, because I'm pale as fuck and I burn.
I'm straight there. But see, that's why I don't understand why people don't like go to like the ditch bank, grab the mud, and put it on your shoulders, like put it on your face. Like
they should. That's what animals do.
They don't ever do it. I don't understand.
This mud really smells awful, and the flies love it.
SPF. Am I protecting them from that too? What
SPF shit, I think.
Desert's actually my scene. So based on my watching of the show, well, the desert people do well. I would have thought desert was terrible, just like you did, and I worry about the sun like Kyle, but they find some shade.
Please, Arab Americans.
Wait, what did I say?
Desert people.
No, desert people. Yeah, no, but I meant the people in the desert. They're not even Arabs. Anyway, the show
Africa. That's like legit Africa. Like
the show contestants in the desert do well, is what I'm trying to say. And the bugs, like the Amazon, I would have thought Amazon is a place where you just build a hammock and pick all the bananas that practically drop in your lap. No. They get eaten by bugs, and there is no way to combat that, right? You can't swat off bugs. They don't succeed so well. So I'm doing rainforest. They never seem to get the fire going in the rainforest.
Everything's wet and rotten,
Everything's wet and rotten, and whatever fire starting techniques they have, they work in the desert, but they don't work in the rainforest.
Yeah. I would want a deciduous... I'm sorry to interrupt you, but fine. I just want to throw in there, like, my pick would be like a deciduous forest, kind of like Georgia, like where we went. Like all right, bugs are a thing, but firewood is plentiful. There is fucking shade, and despite what happened to us, you give me a month and I'd have found some food. All right, the cookie man will show up maybe. And we did the survival trip,
the muffin man,
in the Georgia wilderness, and like we're fucking starving, dude. Like we brought 22 rifles and we're trying to kill squirrels.
How long had it been?
And cook squirrels. I don't know, 3 days, and we're trying to kill, but we're being active. It's 3 days of like hiking and like building our little like chopping like
might have
firewood.
been day 2.
It might have been day 1. In any case, I'm out looking for squirrels, and we're in like this wilderness park area, and a guy pulls by in a truck because there's like dirt roads back there, and it's very odd to see another human being out there. So I'm just like, hey, and he's like, hey, how's it going? I'm the Muffin Man. And basically his thing was his family, him and his wife, owned a bakery in the town that was like 20 miles away, and they would go out there and give away the expired baked goods to campers. And I was just like, he's literally, I'm super fucking hungry. I'm looking for a rodent to kill and eat, and this man showed up with cookies and muffins, asking me if I wanted some, and I was just like, this counts as foraging, motherfuckers.
Yes,
this counts as foraging. Yes. Please. And he had like, it was like when you go to the grocery store and they have those like paper boxes of cookies with like the clear plastic on top, and you like open it up like a donut box. He had those full of M&M cookies, and he's just giving them away. I come back to the camp.
It was. I don't know how we'd have made it without those cookies. We didn't find any food. There was no other food to be found. And at first, I didn't believe Kyle that he had just met a muffin man in the woods. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. Oh, no, I didn't go to a bakery and pick all these up. Like, no, and I'm like, sure you didn't.
It does sound like some bullshit, though.
Right? No, but here's what happened. I'm like
you killed a family or something.
I'm suspicious of the story. Now, we had a cameraman. Now, the cameraman had food. He wasn't part of the survival thing. And he's like, no, he's telling the truth. I met the Muffin Man, too. I turned down the muffins. And it's like, you bitch. You, the guy with food, turns down the muffins. But the rest of us, yeah. So I'm glad Kyle brought the muffins and cookies back.
There was no circumstance in which I was going to be like, no, thank you, sir. I haven't eaten 48 hours and I've been hiking for 2 days straight. And I slept in a hammock last night while bugs ate me, but no M&M cookies for me. The fans might not like it.
That's actually what's interesting to me. Like when those people for like either 21 days or 40 days, when they finish their little stint in the forest, like they have like this table full of junk food for them. And I don't understand that though. Like, why would you not like give them like good food?
Because that's
to like
craving.
But like your body, like, because I think initially like fasting is actually good for the body, like in stints. So, but like when you come off of fasting, like you should introduce your body to like good nutrients in order to like reset some of the systems. Like there was like Doritos and like
it's like because like when you've been starving like that, your body really starts craving super high caloric concentrated foods, like things with lots of fat in them and lots of sugar in them, and it knows what those things are from like, I don't know, stomach memory. Like when I was in prison, I was craving like, I wouldn't say I was craving fajitas, but more than that, I just wanted sugar. I wanted sugar so bad. I wanted like cakes and cookies and ice cream and bullshit like that. But I think that's it. I remember one time my favorite thing that Survivor ever did. They could never get away with this nowadays, but there's maybe 8-10 of them left, and they had them out in the ocean standing on like poles that were jutting out of the water, just big enough for a person to stand on top of. And Jeff Probst, the host of the show, he's on like a little barge that's like floated out there, like sitting all pretty, all comfortable. And the last person left standing on one of these poles gets immunity. They can't be voted off that night. So it's a big fucking deal. And he starts tempting them with like treats. And, if you'll, and then it changed. At first you might think, he said, all right, if you jump off, you get 5 Oreos. And I think somebody might've jumped, but then later on he was like, you know what? If you take your tops off, I'll give you 5 Oreos and some peanut butter. And like, he literally said this, and it was like, what? I mean, I'm down, but what? And the girls look at each other. There's like 2 hot girls left who are even hotter now because they've been starved for like 3 weeks. And they look like MMA fighters, like on the weigh-in day. Right?
You hush up, Arian. You know he's right.
But they're looking way hotter now that they're starved.
Yeah, they're looking fit.
What do you type in on the porn thing?
Anorexia.
Anorexia, non-consent, don't judge.
I like bulimia better. Those girls have throat control. So they're all gaunt. They're like cheeks are hollowed out. And they're already hot chicks because they picked them for, the biggest reality show in the world. And the girls look at each other like, how about we both get topless and we split those Oreos and peanut butter? and like Jeff is like, yeah, that'll work. Yeah, both of you, and maybe yeah, that'll work. And so they both just get fucking topless right there. They may have taken their bottoms off. They may have got completely fucking butt naked right there in front of the dudes and everything, and just like, titties are out. And then they jumped in the water, swam over, and ate peanut butters and Oreo topless. And it was the greatest thing I've ever seen in a reality show.
The host's finger stuff.
Yeah.
That couldn't have been recent. That had to have been like
10 years ago?
Yeah, because that's not where we're at.
They got Me Too'd hard right there by Jeff Probst.
Yeah, that's exactly. We're not there anymore.
He let the Survivor go to his head. He's, you know what? Forget the whole thing. Guys keep standing. Women, you come to the beach and just start making out. I'm gonna go order some.
I'm gonna get some Italian.
I have some chunky peanut butter on my cock. All you can eat, ladies. All you can eat.
Jump off that stick onto a new one.
Yeah, he did that shit. It was ridiculous.
That's wild. Okay, so for survival, I don't know if y'all ever watched 40 Days and 40 Nights or Regular Naked and Afraid. Each person you get coupled up, and you can only take one survival item. You can only pick one. So what is y'all's? What would you pick? Like one survival item?
Oh, it depends on the environment too.
They all get a satchel, right? Like
no.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh yeah, the satchel. Yeah.
God, I think you got to have a knife. I think it's really a knife. I think it's got to be a knife.
Knife is good. I mean,
knife's a popular
the satchels. What they use to carry the mic in is what I really realized. It's the battery pack, but I mean, they use it to do stuff. But it's like they carry them, and then they give them those necklaces. Everybody has those necklaces. That's where the mic is. It took me like 2 seasons to figure that shit out.
That's cool though. Yeah, I oftentimes they turn the satchel into clothes. They'll turn it into some sort of modesty garment or.
What I don't understand is like why I would fuck that satchel. Like
you would fuck the satchel, huh?
I would say.
Oh, it's chafing so bad.
Why do these have to be burlap?
Fill it with coconut water. Nah, I would say fuck that satchel and like put like tie it around my feet somehow. Cause like that'd be a big obstacle. Dudes don't like they're like tiptoeing around the whole show.
Depends on the obstacle. Like if you're on the beach, maybe not. Maybe you got some other priority.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That'd be like head. I would wrap it around my head because that shit would be hot. Like,
yeah.
I just don't want water. Throw it on your head. That'd be nice.
All right. So for this scenario,
Taylor,
we're in the Amazon.
You're still getting cut off. Okay.
Oh, it's okay.
It didn't fix.
Oh my bad. I cut him off.
No, go for it.
No, it's a tech thing.
It's a Discord thing. For some reason, like Kyle and I can talk at the same time, but no one in Taylor can talk at the same time, and he always loses. And we tried something new to fix it, but it's not fixed.
It's an settings thing. No big deal. But yeah, go with what you're saying.
Okay, so in this scenario, we're in the Amazon, and you can only bring one survival item. What was everybody bringing?
I'm bringing my knife. I got to have the knife because I figure like with the knife, I can do some other stuff. Like even if I brought a fire starter, I think I'm gonna have a hard time with the tinder and I'm gonna have nothing. But maybe with the knife, I could cut some vines if I want to try to make myself some kind of bullshit hammock. I could like cut some wood if I do find wood to make some sort of fire. And maybe I could do that like thing they do with the bow and the like post where they do a friction fire. Like I've tried that before and failed terribly. I've made plenty of fires with flint and steel, but if the knife, I have had knives that had the flint attached to the base of them, so you could like a striker that you can hit with the blade. It seems like cheating, I'll admit, but with the knife does everything.
If I could get a 2-for-1, I'd go for that. If I could only have one, because your partner gets to bring one too, I would bring the fire starter and hope that she brought a cup. Maybe something, a steel cup or whatever.
Pot. Yeah,
because it turns out carrying things with more than just your fingers, like that's a big thing. When all the nuts and berries and such, like having a pot, it's really helpful. I guess the burlap sack helps. And the fire turns inedible things into edible things. Like there are all sorts of meats that are only safe after you cook them. There's water that's only safe after you heat it.
Yeah.
So I like the flint a lot, and if I could pick 2, I'd add a cup. And I'm a knife guy, but it just doesn't. It might be my 3rd favorite.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, I haven't tried it actually, but I suspect I could sharpen a rock into something cut-ish. angled-ish, enough to like cut twine or something.
You think there'd be any benefits like a hatchet over the knife, Kyle?
No. No, because you lose some of the stuff that the knife can do, but you really don't gain much because you can, with a good legit knife, like one of those Rambo type knives, those SOG knives that we took, those big boys, you can really chop down trees that are like this, and you're never going to be chopping down like big trees anyway.
Yeah, just get an enormous knife then, and hope that your partner brings a pot. That's got to be the best one. They just give up on the fire right away.
Yeah, I think knife and pot are top 2 for sure.
Okay. Yeah, starting a fire without a fire starter is super tricky.
Super tricky. That would be you'd want to try to get that skill beforehand.
There have been people on the show who have that skill down, and then they're like, I thought I was good, but it turns out I always do this in Yosemite where there's a ton of dry wood and it's basically a desert. And, I take this same skill to the Amazon and I can't start fires anymore.
Yeah. If you don't have tinder, you're fucked. Like there's so much tinder in Georgia, for example, like there's trees that just give off like that dry
Spanish moss. Is that
Spanish moss is great. That's Southern Georgia.
Bird nests
would be good. Or if you bring yourself some dryer lint with you like I did, that'll really get the thing going.
Dryer lint?
Yeah, you clean out the lint trap of your dryer. That stuff's amazing for
what if you just packed your belly button with it, claiming it was your normal condition and went on the show?
That works. I mean, maybe I fill my whole prison pocket up with a few items, right? They're like, Kyle has a whole kitchenette over there.
Kyle, the knife is kind of sticking out. Is that normal?
Where did he keep the cutting board is what I want to know.
Got an Instant Pot.
Got a whole cheese plate going over there.
I'm sweating bullets.
Is that a whole salami?
I really prioritize the pot, and this is hard on me. Can we get started?
What was the dumbest thing anybody ever brought on that show?
That
you can remember. So I bet people bring some really retarded shit.
Yeah, no, I think one time a dude brought fishing line.
Did he bring like a fishing kit with a hook and
Oh, one lady brought duct tape.
I got you. So I googled this.
A big ass roll of duct tape.
So I'm not very familiar with the show, but I googled your question. Apparently, in season 1, this guy named Clint brought some goggles.
I remember the show. I remember that one
because
it was like an island. They were on an island, and
he didn't want to swim in the ocean without goggles.
The partner, I remember the partner saw that and they were like,
"The fuck?
I'm gonna trust you, but you got to get these fish, man. If this is what you brought." They were pissed.
He didn't get any Aquaman under there, or I'm going to murder you on this island.
It's fun to see the different skill sets on that show, Naked and Afraid. I saw one, and they show up, and there's a guy there, and the guy's muscled. So if you're wired like me, like your initial impression is like, oh, fuck, this is a formidable human, right? He's going to be helpful. And it's like an island environment. And the girl, she's hot, which, is fine and everything, but this is a survival problem here. And she's not ranking. Initially, my slide whistle's going out for her. Anyway, the guy can't deal with sun at all. He gets wildly burnt to the point he's pretty much a disabled person who needs to go in the shade and heal for days. And the girl, initially, she's like weaving together clothing out of leaves. And you're like, this is some horse shit here. Like, we got to get clean water. Anyway, she comes through big. She's making the dude sombreros and things, and like she saved the day with that weaving skill. And
this cock ring is incredible, honey. Wow,
that other lady would have been taping leaves to him with the duct tape.
Did you see that one, Arian? Do you know the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It was on a beach. They were on a beach, and he was like big as hell, and he was kind of confident at first.
Yes, and which made me confident in him.
Yeah, the issue was like she was like you're exerting too much energy on the first day, and he was out there cutting some big ass log, and he spent all day in the sun, ended up burning his ass, and he couldn't move for like a day or two.
Somebody brought a magnifying glass.
Oh yeah,
but that's not just a sex toy; it's a fire starter.
Yeah, they were pissed. It took them like 3 or 4 days to start the fire or something like that. But they were like the other person was pissed because I was like, dog, this is what you brought and you didn't
even practice.
One guy brought a slingshot, and then I think they brought that same guy back for like the XL version of the show.
Yeah.
And so he brought a blowgun the second time around. He was so so dedicated to try to kill something.
You get it,
dude. Wow.
Either of those things.
Start over again, Taylor, please.
I was saying, did he kill anything with either of those?
Not the slingshot, no. It was funny seeing him try, though. It was fucking hilarious. Like, he was literally out here in the forest trying to do this shit. Like, bro,
I grew up with slingshots and blowguns trying to kill shit. No.
There was a swamp environment one I saw, which was pretty neat. Now, this guy had a knack for getting food, and he would kill these snakes that must have weighed 40 pounds and been 12 feet long. Yeah. And just, I don't know, he just wreck them. And the hard part was finding the snakes. But if he got eyesight on a snake, he would bring back enough food for both of them to eat well. And I read about like a behind the scenes type thing. They didn't like give him the snake or help him kill the snake or anything, but if the crew spotted it, or maybe they were small alligators or something, whatever it was, if the crew spotted it, they'd be like, yo, hey, I don't know, Lewis.
Cayman.
Was it caiman?
Oh.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, yeah, there's a caiman, 150 feet that way. And
I brought up the survival show thing because there's a new one coming out with my favorite survivalist, Les Stroud, because he's the legit guy. He's the survivor man. He'd go out there by himself, completely alone, film everything himself, unlike Bear Grylls, who had a camera crew and a lot of fake shit. Hotel rooms, fake setups, making things more dangerous than they needed to be, or at least look more dangerous than they needed to be. There was a lot of bullshit going on. I found it entertaining, but Les Stroud was the legit guy. The only thing a little crazy about him is he believes in Bigfoot and believes he once saw Bigfoot. That's the only crazy thing about that man. Anyway, he's doing a new survival show that's a competition. He's taking NHL players.
What?
Yeah. I thought you two would have particularly liked
Taylor,
this.
Yeah. I woke up for that too.
He's taking NHL players out into the goddamn
NHL
wilderness.
players, maybe.
There's no way teams are going to be cool with like, oh yeah, dude, you put a lot of asses in the arena. Go eat bugs.
Yeah. Here's the link to it. It's a YouTube trailer for it. So
we probably
I know how that goes, but it looks like it's Les Stroud Survival Challenge, and in the opening moments, he says Les takes a group of NHL hockey players, doesn't say former, out to the wilderness to see if they have what it takes to survive.
Wait, is that Phil Kessel? No, that can't be.
Are you at like 33 seconds?
Like 18. Oh, these guys are ex-players. Yeah.
Oh, I thought
they don't look old to me.
Huh. I'm sure they're still in great shape.
Yeah.
I watched a thing with Les Stroud the other day, and he was on Kodiak Island, which is an island just south of mainland Alaska. It's where they have these Kodiak bears, which are like an offset breed of brown bear that are like the biggest bears in the world, essentially. They're gargantuan. They just eat salmon all day, every day, and get fucking huge. And he was 20 feet away from them. Like, he's just walking up to him with a camera like, hey, bear. And the bear's just like, you're lucky I'm
eating.
Got all this salmon, or we'll just stay right there. I'm almost done. They're just watching him, like running up to him, and he's just like, "No, what you want to do here is keep your voice at an even tone. But if you get too close, be a little aggressive. No, bear, no." And I'm like, somebody better have a fucking 12 gauge behind this guy while he bullshits about how to talk, what tone to talk to a fucking apex predator in.
Did you say what kind of bear it was?
Kodiak.
I don't know those.
Those are like grizzly bears, right?
I don't think. I think they're brown bears that only exist on Kodiak Island, which is just south of mainland Alaska.
Oh, fuck no!
And because they live on that island, they are much bigger than regular brown bears. They're fucking huge.
I thought polar bears were the biggest.
I did too.